Hello again, Bill Pfeiffer speaking from Mary's Field. I receive a wonderful newsletter called the Joyful Noise Letter each month, and this month there's a quote in there from the last words of a billionaire, and I just got to share this with you. They're the last words of a billionaire, the billionaire being Steve Jobs. I think everybody knows Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple. The last words, this section reads like this. The last words of Steve Jobs, the billionaire American founder and CEO of Apple Incorporated, who died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 56. These are the quoted words. I reached the pinnacle of success in the business world. In others' eyes, my life is an epitome of success. Boy, that's the whole question, Mother Teresa, huh? We're not called to success, are we? But we're called to faithfulness. Faithfulness to who? To what? To reality, to the ultimate reality. Isn't that true? He says, I reached the pinnacle of success in the business world. In others' eyes, my life is an epitome of success. However, aside from work, I have little joy. Oh, isn't that sad? Ooh. I realized that all the recognition and wealth I accumulated and took so much pride in having paled in the face of impending death. Steve Jobs. Isn't that something? And as I was reading that, I was, thinking of a few other names like Dorsey, Gates, George Soros, Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, Buffett. Maybe even who's the basketball player, Bob?
James.
What's his first name again?
LeBron.
LeBron James. He's sitting in a $42 million house with 8 security guards and a wall. Are these people happy? Are they doing things that are good for the human family? It's really something. Again, I've been at the deathbed of 450 people. And I think when we get to heaven, God's going to ask us 3 questions. Who are you? Who are you? Not right. What did you do or how much money you piled up, huh? The real you, not the illusory you or the false self. How did you love? How did you love? Using all of it that I gave to you to share care and concern for others. And why weren't you happy? Here's a man, billionaire. He says, I had no joy in life at all. What a sad, sad thing. I wonder now with Steve Jobs being in heaven, what his wisdom would be to Gates, Soros, Bezos, Zuckerberg, and so on. What would he say to them now? What is the truth? What is the real truth, the important thing about life? I bet you he would have a few really special words to share with them. This morning I was reading again from Mary's Mantle as a part of my own prayer time, a section on piety. Piety is a fancy theological word that really means reverence, respect, love for God, and so hear it in that particular way. But this is the words that really touch me today that seem to fit. The pious may travel the same road as the impious, but they see the surrounding landscape entirely differently. That's Steve Jobs now. They walk into gardens and notice that the flowers speak, the birds sing, even the insects chirp and telling of God's love. The impious notice the flowers, but focus on the mud on their shoes, the gardener's mistakes and the hot sun burning their necks, all of which close their hearts to God and remind them that beauty comes tainted with annoyance and pain. But piety is not naivete. Respect for God, reverence for Him is not naivete. And impiety sees things wrongly. As the pious walk along the valley floor, they see evil, but know the dawn will appear and be triumphant. Their penetrating glance of faith captures luminous rays hidden from human eyes. The impious see evil and know that goodness does not always win. They contemplate how by late afternoon the sky will darken. For both, the pious and the impious, the day of death will arrive. Ask Steve. In contemplation of the resplendent face of God, the pious will see that their most extravagant dreams were insignificant alongside the glory of a presence that satiates all their desires. The impious will see that their vision was a smokescreen, which hardly resembled reality at all. They really weren't involved in a real world, in their real life at all. Again, I never, at the deathbed of these people, they never say they wish they had spent more time at the office. You know, the three things they say: I wish I had spent more time with my God. I wish I had spent more time with my wife, with my spouse, with my children. And so you want to look at the life that you're living now. You know, what is it that really matters? What is it that's important? Are the important things happening in your life? All of the things that are urgent are often not important, and the things that are important are often not urgent. You know, good things often take a lifetime. And so spend the time doing all of the right stuff so that at the end you don't have to feel bad or sad about the way things were ended up for you. Remember always, the truth is, happiness tomorrow always depends on doing the truth today. Each of these people are being challenged to do the truth. They have piles and piles of money and piles of power, but that doesn't translate into wisdom or care or genuine love for people and the human family, even for themselves. Could be joyless. God bless you. Good to be with you.